Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing what challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing. And to do this reading we are going to be picking 3 piles together. I already see the first one. Oh, also the second one, right? And the third one. So let's see what we have for today's reading. For pile number 1, we have care and nurturing. Oh, sorry. There we go. We have care and nurturing. For pile number 2, we have creation and artistry. And for pile number 3, we have destruction of enemies. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, we have the Lapis Lazuli. And this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, we have the red Jasper, and this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 3, we have the green Aventurine, and this is what your crystal looks like. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. And as I always encourage you, trust your intuition, whether it's leading you to just one pile and you know that's the one, or perhaps today you're drawn to several and you feel like they're kind of calling to you, and sometimes you feel like you're drawn to all of them. Whatever it is, trust your intuition, let it guide you, let it lead the way, and it will always take you to the right readings. It will always surprise you with what you're meant to hear. You'll always know it's your pile. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to your card shuffling and picking process. As always, it is so lovely to have you guys around as we prepare for your piles. So welcome. Let me introduce your cards to you, the ones that we are going to be using for today's reading. On the left are the Oracle decks, and on the right are the tarot decks that we will be using today. And if you're interested in any of the decks that I use during your reading, you'll find that I always list their names down in the description box for you to check them out whenever you are called to. Okay, so let's now shuffle with intention and let's ask, what challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing? What challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing? Okay, so we have the first Oracle deck ready. Let's now pick up your next deck and again shuffle with intention. What challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing? So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Next deck. What challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing? Thank you. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now your oracle cards are ready for today's reading. Let's pick up your tarot decks. And again, shuffle with intention. What challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Next deck. What challenge in your life? I feel this one, gotta take it. With the tarot cards, as you know, we always take, we usually take 2 cards per deck for each pile. So 1 and 2. Okay. Next deck. What challenge? Ooh. This is a message for you guys. Look here with the Knight of Cups. This is a knight that has gone all the way to the depth of the ocean. And you can see their armor has been broken during their journey of bringing their treasure. Their patina has turned green, and you can really see that they have gone all the way to achieve a certain goal that spoke to their hearts, that they really wanted to achieve. And it seems to me like if you're watching this preparation process, there's this thing that you've been trying relentlessly over the years to achieve. Perhaps you felt lost during your way many of the times, lost the road, lost the path. Sometimes it was dark as the depth of the sea is, where you felt desperate, didn't know if you were actually going to find it one day. But here we can see that all of that hard work that you've put in, although at many times it could have seemed like there was nothing, you are coming out with what you want. That holy grail, that wish that you've always wanted, is about to happen in your life. This seems to me like it may look in your life like it's a hit of luck, that you were lucky, but really it wasn't. It's the journey that you were always supposed to take. And now is the time, the divine time, that you're going to get your holy grail, what your heart always wanted. This is a special message for you, obviously, if you are watching now the preparation process. Okay, so let's take a look at what challenge in your life is soon shifting. Oh, I didn't see what that is. I'm gonna keep it here. Shifting into a big blessing. One more time. What challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing? Okay. And again, we kindly want to know, please, what challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing? So these are 2, 1, and 2, and 2. Okay, so now our 3 piles are ready. Let's pick up the first pile. And put it in place. So the first pile is now ready with the Lapis Lazuli. Pile number 2. Is also now ready. There we go. With the red Jasper. And pile number 3. There we go. Pile number 3 is also ready with the green Aventurine. So your 3 piles for today's reading are now ready. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Love you guys so much, and let's get straight into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen Care and Nurture with Tema Terat. Let's see how this deacon fits into your reading today. And as you know, we're taking a look at what challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing. Right, let's start off with your oracle cards. So pile number 1, you have Surrender. Can you see that? There we go. Yeah. Okay. You also have Message. Okay. Quite interesting. You have Mars in Virgo with Criticism. Interesting. Okay. Let's take a look at your tarot cards and get more information on what your reading is saying to you today. You have the Page of Swords. Okay. You have the Sun card. All right. You have the Ace of Cups. You have the Hermit card. You have the Ace of Cups again. How interesting. Okay, so that is quite significant. You also have the Magician. You have the King of Cups. This is the before tarot, so this is right before the King of Cups obviously receives their cup. Again, this is the before tarot. You have the Lovers card. All right, so what are we seeing for you here? What challenge is turning into a big blessing for you? My dear pile number 1, I'm obviously seeing a situation that did not feel all that good. With this specific Hermit card, feeling kind of afraid, forming their own shadow that is bigger than themselves, reclused in their own place, along with criticism. I'm kind of seeing here that this is perhaps some sort of worries or triggers about what may happen in the future with Message here. Perhaps you are feeling very afraid of what may happen. You feel like you may be on your own. You don't know really what to do, what's going to happen to you, how the events are going to turn out to be. And so here we see a lot of love and surrender in your reading. Let's take a closer look at this challenge, pile number 1. Actually, with message and criticism, I feel like this is a communication challenge. Communication with other people. Perhaps the people around you constantly made you feel alone. They were triggering. They weren't presenting themselves in a kind way, you know. They triggered a lot of worries and fears in you, but most importantly, they made you feel alone, as opposed to all the care and nurture that we see in your main card. Especially that your new beginning, the 2 aces are the Ace of Cups. Again, we have the King of Cups, and we see a lot of love with these, along with the, of course, the Lover's card. So as opposed to the energies that I'm seeing here, we're seeing a new beginning with that is more loving than the previous energies that you had. So obviously a lot of challenge when it comes to communicating perhaps with better people, communicating with love, communicating with care. We have the message, we have the telephone, we have the pen. It's all showing some sort of communication. Now, with this Hermit card, I'm really feeling that, especially the way it's posing, you know, it's giving me this birthing pose, or, you know, how a baby in a mother's womb would recluse. So you're kind of, were protecting yourself against these people and trying to cover your eye on one side and open it to watch out on the other. It's like you didn't want to deal with them. You wanted to keep yourself away, but also all at the same time, you had to keep an open eye because you didn't know what they were going to do next, what they were going to say, what they were going to come up next. So overall, I see in your reading that you were really challenged with people who weren't there for you, who you didn't understand. These people were people that were quite surprising, actually. You didn't know what they were going to do next. Were acting from their shadow. And you always felt that you had to be on your toes, trying to protect yourself from them. You didn't understand how to deal with them. Were you supposed to hit back or recluse? And that's what we see with the 2 eyes here. Were you supposed to like be aware and protect yourself, or were you supposed to take yourself out of it? There's this constant strategizing. You had to think a lot. It's like in your world it was safe, but whenever you stepped out, it was more kind of like, you know, the feeling you get from the industrial world where everyone's like a robot and they have to look out for themselves. Everything is systematic. Nothing is more human anymore. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel, as opposed to the new energy that we're seeing for you here. So yeah, these are the old energies. This is the challenge that I see, that you had to go. Obviously, with all of these circles, you had to go over and over and over. And as we're speaking, you're in your last cycle, right? You've learned so much, pile number 1, it seems, from dealing with these people. You went from one cycle to the next. Every time you end a cycle and you begin it, whether with the same people or other people, you're always learning something new. I feel like you're in your last cycle. It's not finished yet. You are currently in your last cycle, and it's going to, as the dots show, dissipate. You're finally getting your last triggers. You're finally learning what it is that bothers you, what to do with it the next time, you know, last adjustments to finish that cycle. And with the Page of Swords, we see a new stronger you, pile number 1. In fact, this Page of Sword is standing as an army figure, right? Amidst all of these cups, we see a new you, someone who's starting a new journey. You know, the Page of Swords is a very curious, intellectual individual, someone who goes after the right information. So that shows us that you were illuminated with the sun. You've grown a lot. You know how the army, they keep getting badges for the different missions and cycles they go through. So now you're a new person who has learned so much when it comes to how to deal with people, especially the ones around you, your circle or the new circles that you get into. And you're about to begin a new journey with regards to dealing with people. It's going to be completely different from now on. Why? Because the energies coming in, it seems, is more nurturing. It's the upper wing, because tematerat literally means upper wing. So you're going to be in new environments now that are more elevated, more upper wing, more nurturing, more caring. And I'll talk about this in a second. But also, it's because you have learned to deal better. You've learned to have that internal balance, to become stronger over the years. We see that you are the one here picking yourself back up. You're dealing with others with love, because that's what we see with your cards here, with love and care. But at the same time now, you are carrying yourself in a much powerful way. You're able to get feedback, just like the Page of Swords, and deal with situations better. To stand up in your power the next time. Whereas one situation or one criticism or one encounter could have perhaps hurt you in the past, could have been very challenging, could have kept you away from people. No, we see now you are very ready to deal with things in a much better way. It's like I know I've just channeled this, but it's really crazy. Don't take it biologically. This is just channeled. It's like your genes have developed, you know? You know how we adapt to our environments? Kind of that energy. You've really developed here. And you've become a new person. Now you're not reclusing. Now you're just taking things as feedback. Let's say you encounter someone, there is criticism, you realize that they're not as loving as you've expected them to be, perhaps. They're not dealing with you in a respectful way, whatever is the situation. Now to you, this is feedback. It's not what did I do wrong, what's wrong with me, what's wrong with them. No more of these perhaps questions. It's more of feedback. You know, it's like you put on your program. You know, all right, so this person obviously is of that archetype or does not maybe behave in the elevated way that I believe in. That's feedback. I know what to do with this person. The next time I will put my boundaries and they're not allowed to ever cross it. So yeah, we see you have developed greatly here. Blessing. Let's get to the blessing. I just had to walk you through the timeline that I'm seeing in your cards. Obviously, it's very important that you hear it little by little as the cards are showing, right? Now we're seeing you enter in a different era. Why am I saying that? Because this is the 6th ancient Egyptian deacon, dealing with the 6th ancient Egyptian week, which is 10 days, by the way. And this deacon is the week where ancient Egyptians had a festival to celebrate Anket, who is the benevolent goddess who gave comfort and security. That's why you see her depicted as nurturing, because Anket, by the way, means the embracer, and that's why you always see her as being nurturing and caring, and that's why astrologically it's related to the energy of care and nurturing. And so she was celebrated for her ability to provide fertility and wealth. And here we see you entering a new era, a new beginning with this fertility. We even see the child pose here in a womb, showing a new beginning of you becoming stronger and knowing how to deal with people. And that's why you're more equipped to enter into this new era of love and care and better relationships in your life. You're going to start meeting people who are more caring, more nurturing, more loving. And with the Magician, they are more, you know, the Magician, we say that the Magician card is a skilled card. So I see that these are more civilized people with the skills. It's kind of translating to me as people who are more elevated. People with skills understand life more and understand how to get their needs, meet their needs, and do what is necessary for them without having to hurt other people or create a bad ambiance in the process. This instead, you are about to enter into a more balanced world. Kings, they represent balanced energy. These are more people who pick others up rather than put them down, as we saw in the previous energy. And so you're about to receive this big blessing of you dealing with people who share their cup, are definitely more loving, more illuminated as well as you, with communication now that is more caring and more nurturing, more meaningful. With the Magician, more civilized. I see that total opposite energy. What, like I mentioned, you are in the last cycle, it seems. One door is closing and another one is about to open. Now, these days, as you enter into this new energy, notice the last triggers that you get and allow it to give you feedback. Why did I get triggered this time? What feedback is it giving me so that I can deal with it better the next time? So prepare for this upper wing, better world with better people. Maybe some of you are leaving an area. Maybe some of you are getting to know a new community. This is definitely opening up for you. Suddenly, I see 2 fingers being put up here. That's what I noticed right away. Again, 2. Oh my God, 2 and 2 could be 11, by the way, right? Isn't it interesting how they keep doing this gesture, 2s? So perhaps this is pointing us towards 11. Perhaps that's the portal time-wise where you're entering into this new world. Somehow you're entering into a new into a new circle of new people that you will meet. Forget about the old. Let them go in peace in the past and get ready to receive this new beginning for you, where you're going to meet wonderful people that you will really enjoy in your life. Yes, my last message to you, as I know I'm repeating this, but it's obviously really important. Please notice the last triggers, take them as feedback, learn from them, keep your calm, push them towards the past, and be ready to move towards a blessed, new, beautiful life with wonderful people. You know, I'm going to pick up your tarot cards and I will I will just ask, how are these people going to be for you? So, how is pile number 1's relationship with the new circle they're getting into, please? This new blessing in their life going to be like, please? 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what they are. Pile number 1. So you have the Queen of Pentacles. I see you being surrounded by wonderful people who you'll feel family like with, because it looks like a family here, doesn't it? It's very nurturing. Do you see? It's like a mother here again. With it's just like Anket here. We see the mother idea, the energy of nurturing between you and them. Very nurturing type of relationship. And don't forget, the Queen of Pentacles is a queen that is independent. So all of you are independent, but you're there for each other, caring for each other. So that's the type of energy I see with this new people. We have the Eight of Cups here. I know we're talking about new people, but I saw something straight away. I see you officially leaving these old people behind. They will be shocked, by the way. Maybe you're leaving some sort of corporation or a home or something. You're leaving something soon. And this is an owl, so it's a wise decision. The bat back there is going, why did you leave? Why? And remember, bats, they don't have eyes. They navigate through ultrasonic waves. And so this is telling me, with not having eyes versus having eyes, it's like they maybe not see that this is the best for you and for them. They don't see things maybe properly. They have a lot of perhaps growing to do, but you're leaving the old ones behind. Now back to what these type of new people are going to be like with the Eight of Cups. I'm seeing, since the Eight of Cups is like walking away, I see a distance, a private distance that is healthy. These are people who aren't going to ask you questions that are none of their business. There is a healthy space between you and them for you to be your own individual, for you to keep your secrets the way you want to, for them to respect you and not ask questions that may hurt you. A distance of respect where they don't always blurt out what they think, and they find the most respectful way to communicate. So yeah, very healthy distance between you and them. It's warm, nurturing, but there is this distance of respect for you to have your freedom and them to have their freedom to be your own individual. And last but not least, you have the Seven of Swords here. This is one of my very interesting Seven of Swords that I know, because here it says parler au portier, which means you have to talk to the doorman to perhaps get one of these chicks as depicted in the card. But here the foxes are not interested to look at them as chicks. They are interested in treating them like souls, and they are saving them. One of them is like taking the attention away of this doorman, as this person is saving them. So what would this tell me is that these individuals, they don't take things at face value. Perhaps society could force people to do sometimes things that they don't believe in, that doesn't speak to them. Sometimes it may not really always be merciful, and it may look to society as the Seven of Swords. Oh, you're lying, you're cheating, you're doing the wrong thing. That's not right. But deep down, if we look at the truth of the matter, we may realize that the truth that society has set may sometimes be harsh. And so they're more merciful with regards to judgment. They don't want to judge to be accepted socially, but they're there trying to do the right thing, whether it is accepted socially or not. So here I see really elevated people, as we saw with the Magician card here. Elevated people in thought and emotions. The Magician has the 4 elements on the table: the coin or the pentacle, the wand, the sword, and the cup. So we see elevation in all of these areas. Elevation in terms of dealing with their finances, in mature way. So these are people perhaps that you can learn a lot from, financially and in business. People who are elevated when it comes to their communication with the wand, mentally elevated with the swords, and emotionally mature with the cups. And this is exactly what I see as your next era that is changing into a blessing. Expect this, expect 1111 to have something actually quite significant for you. But moving forward, as you end this very last tiny cycle of learning, by the way, don't feel like the last cycle is like, yeah, it's a small cycle. It has important information there for you. It's sometimes the last thing could be the best. So wait for it. See what you're about to learn. That is very important. It could be, you know, that cherry on top of the cake that really makes that big difference in putting everything together, the taste together. Look forward to that, my dear pile number 1. And you are about to enter into a very blessed era of being with wonderful people. I wish you all the best of luck with that, my dear pile number 1. That was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy zodiac tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 1. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 1, I enjoyed your reading thoroughly. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the ancient Egyptian deacon Ked, which has to do with creation and artistry, as well as the red Jasper. Let's see, my dear pile number 2, how this fits into your reading. And as you know, we're doing what challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing. So you have, whoa, space, and it kind of, sorry, there we go. You have space. It kind of works beautifully with Ked here. Let's see what this is turning out to be. You have family room. Interesting. Okay. You also have Venus in Cancer with birth. Okay. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So you have the King of Pentacles. Looks like a scene from the Arabian Nights, doesn't it? Okay, so you have the King of Pentacles. Looks very wealthy to me. Okay. You have the Emperor. You also have the Devil card. You have the Six of Cups. You have the King of Wands. Big energies here with the King of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the King of Wands. That's certainly very big. You have the Four of Wands, the Five of Swords. This is the before tarot. I see someone running away there. Okay. And someone going after them to get them or something. Okay. You also have the Lovers card, and that's the before tarot. Apologies for the covering up. These are the new YouTube rules. Okay. So what are we seeing exactly here? So pile number 2. We see the challenge right there with the Devil card and the Five of Swords very clearly. And it is in the area of creation, it seems. It seems here that your challenge is between doing what you're already doing or creating and working in what you would love to do, you know, having work that you really love. This is exactly what I see here. So why am I saying that? Because we have Ked here. Ked is the 28th ancient Egyptian deacon. That's the 28th ancient Egyptian week, which is 10 days. And Ked means the potter. And the reason for that is that Ked is the characteristic of the primordial god Khnum, who was believed to have created humanity out of clay. And that's why this is the ancient Egyptian week of creation and artistry. And so that, in conjunction with space is like, with this empty card, is like the creation of the universe, you know, shunyata, from nothing. Everything was created. So we keep saying creation in your reading. That is coming out very clear. The birth of something, it's going back with the Six of Cups to you doing something that you really enjoyed as a child. That's coming very closely here. We see children who are really enjoying watching a puppet show. And so this is all about an internal battle with the Five of Swords, of perhaps moving along, is it, with your career at the moment, or just simply whether you should start something that you love or not. You feel like you might be defeated if you begin this journey, because with the Five of Swords you could be thinking that it's short-lived happiness, that you're just going to enjoy it in the beginning, but then you'll be defeated by maybe the things that you are worried about with the Devil card, with not creating the wealth that you want, and not progressing in life, that you may lose altogether if you do what your heart is yearning and calling you to do. Now, yeah, I see it's with finances and the Emperor position. These are the two struggles with the Devil card here. But always remember, the Devil card is an illusion. Sometimes it is our very thoughts that are creating illusions, binding us to ideas that could really create barrenness in our world. You see, the devil here is is dancing in some barren land that was destructed, it seems, by the devil, empty, full of ash, dancing on the ash. And the idea of the devil card is that the devil is cowardly. The devil markets its ideas and binds souls, enslaves them, but it's always by choice. And that's the idea of the devil card, being binded by choice. It's an illusion of being stuck when one really is never stuck, never bound to this energy. It's ideas that keep us stuck for years and years and years, that prevent us from doing what we want, from creating the world that we dream of, from moving ahead, from changing ourselves, from so many things, from giving our backs to the truth and what our souls are calling for, simply because we are afraid of things. But with the battle here, have you decided that you've already lost? Because we have two people running. Have you decided that you've already lost before that you have actually lost? And is it really necessarily a battle, or is it the the union of two things together, making sure that you create what you want safely without the things that you are worried about? So it's about going back to what your heart yearns, to work in a comfortable environment, with the family room here very clearly appearing in your reading, to birth something that you love and to create wealth and a good position from it, to celebrate your power and the power of creation with the King of Wands, without losing what you're afraid of. And so swords, it could be a matter of organizing your thoughts, of thinking how rather than the if. How can I do it? Rather than whether you should do it, is what I see here. That was the challenge here. It's going to your power of creation, to your Knum God power. You know, it's a primordial God. It's within all of us. All of us want to create. And we have to always hear of what we want to create. Listen to that voice. Not in a way that would veer us off course, but in a way that would put us in the right course, actually. You are about to enter into an era, my dear pile number 2, of focusing on creativity, on focusing on what you're very good at creating. It almost seems natural to you to get into that flow. You'll be doing it in a very comfortable environment. But I see that here with the Emperor card, you're creating, power through nurturing that child that you are birthing. As we can see here, as you nurture this new idea or this new creation or this new project that you always would have loved to do. You know, if we ask you, do you like your job? If you say, it's all right, I don't know, sometimes I feel like a dead soul. What would you, if you had all the money in the world and you were comfortable, what would you do? If I did, this is what I would love to do. And that's the Dharma. That's the definition of the Dharma. So it's listening to your Dharma and going onto the path of creating what you're supposed to create while creating wealth and empire that would serve you and others in a way that speaks to your heart and the hearts of others, something that you're absolutely passionate about. You're about to be reunited with that dream, with your heart, to create something amazing as the creation of the universe. You know, we all have an important role. Every single person has a big role, whether they realize it or not, whether they see it directly or not. We have a role in the universe in creating something important, and that's why we're here. We're here for a reason. And you're about to enter into an era of you finally connecting with what you're supposed to do, starting that road and starting that creative energy, birthing that creative energy. Mind you, the beautiful thing here is that we have space and family room, creating it in an environment that is comfortable, that you love, that speaks to you, that makes you get in touch of your creative juices. And you will be celebrating with the Four of Wands a lot of success, and King of Wands and the Emperor. Make no mistake, a lot of power. Perhaps a big empire is being created by simply you just beginning this journey. Sometimes we're out and we're looking from the outside in and we're like, is this gonna work? Should I do this? And once you enter, the magic happens. Big things changes, and you're taken on this ride where you go, whoa, is this really happening? How would you know if you don't start it? And out of the blue, just like the black picture here, all of a sudden you are, it seems as depicted in your cards, you're about to begin out of the blue a new journey full of creation, full of creativity. And see, we have a hand here full of creativity, where what you are about to create will be speaking to other people's hearts, and at the same time will create with the King of Pentacles a lot of wealth, and with the Emperor and the King of Wands a lot of power somehow for you, my dear pile number 2. And do you see that? Oh my God, with the birth we have a moon and a sun. Perhaps something is about to start during the lunar eclipse energetically, because you know, sometimes with the birth here, sometimes you can get pregnant, or a person, I mean, can get pregnant without knowing that they're pregnant. So this gives me an idea that during the lunar eclipse in Taurus, something will be starting energetically. You'll join that road without even knowing that you're joining this road. Your dharma is starting there, and it'll start energetically brewing, and out of the blue at some point, we can grab some cards and see when for you. You're gonna get out of the blue and say, you know what, I'm gonna start this creative project. I need to do this, and I'm gonna do it. Oh, this card is moving. What is that? The Ace of Pentacles. It talks about a solid start. Oh, I see 21 all of a sudden. A birth. Do you see? We've been talking. Sorry. There we go. We've been talking about a birth. All of a sudden. And we see here a frog birthing a lamb from an egg. Like, what? It's not going to make sense. You're going to go like, what? Did I really start this? It's real in real life. Perhaps a lot of you are either going to like see a change on the 21st, 24th, or the 28th of November. Some significant changes are happening around this time for you, my dear pile number 2. Look forward to that. Big creative energy, big changes. You know, and I'm not surprised. The lunar energy is a time of strong endings and a strong beginning. Very powerful energy. And you will start seeing its effects as we move on, the days and the weeks and the months to come. The effects of this energy moving forward exponentially into your life. And since this is the case, and since this is the big blessing that is about to happen in your life, let's pick up 3 cards as advice for you, my dear pile number 2, on exactly what your message and advice is to begin on this blessed journey. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so for pile number 1, whoa, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Isn't this wonderful? I'm kind of feeling with the cards here, kind of like listen to your reading today. Listen to the signs you're getting in general, in other readings and messages from the universe. But I kind of feel like this is really saying, listen to this message that is coming to you about you beginning something new. This is foretelling what is about to begin in your life. Wow. Also, the Wheel of Fortune landing on the King of Pentacles is telling you that this is going to bring you a lot of fortune. Now, do you want to get your mind blown? We see pottery here. Creation energy of Ked. The potter. Isn't this magnificent? Again, this is not a coincidence telling you this is going to bring you a lot of fortune, and you are meant to begin on this journey of your fortune. You have the Two of Pentacles. Obviously, from the very beginning, we noticed you're in battle and you are meant to balance 2 areas of your life together. Maybe you're worried about leaving one thing that maybe, I'm guessing, maybe gives you wealth, maybe it is your career, maybe it's one thing or the other. And you're meant to balance things out until you can fully focus on what your heart is calling out for. You'll find your way. It will unveil for you step by step. Just take it as you can see it now. Balance things out. Don't do it in a way where you don't have to risk what you're worried about, and take it step by step, and you'll see that your life will come into balance, and you'll be able to see your dharma very clear ahead, and do what you love without being worried about, I don't know, what's clear here to me is finances and maybe power or a clear career. And you have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is a card about velocity. your reading is advising, or the universe is advising you to start right away. Create that momentum. Things take time to get created, and so you're being advised to begin right away so that things can begin forming for you, and so that you can begin on this path that you are meant to take, that will be a very blessed path for you indeed. And this is exactly what I see in your reading, my dear pile number 2. Such powerful energy that is filling my heart. I'm wishing you the best in this new journey. I do hope you heed the call. This is, to me, looking like it's gonna happen anyways. This is what's happening to you anyways. Out of the blue, you're just gonna, you know what, I'm doing this. So all the best of luck with that, my dear pile number 2. May you always be blessed. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy zodiac tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 2. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the journey. I truly believe that this book could really help you out at this phase of your life, help you get organized, be creative, do what you want to do, all while enjoying this process. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 2, this was your reading, wishing you the best of luck in your life ahead, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You have chosen the 26th ancient Egyptian deacon, Kentu Heru, with destruction of enemies. Let's keep this right there. And let's take a look at your cards to see what challenge in your life is soon shifting into a big blessing. All right, so you have faith, and you have house. Okay. You have Venus in Capricorn with convention. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the Fool card. All right. You have, actually this is kind of making sense here with this house as well. Okay, you also have the Ace of Wands. And you have the Hanged Man. There's a watch here. Okay. Can you see that? Yes, you can. You also have the Four of Cups. You have the Ten of Wands. Listening to your intuition, I guess, but we'll see. You also have the Three of Wands. You have the Magician. And last but not least, you have the Six of Pentacles. These are the before tarot, so these are the scenes right before the regular Rider-Waite-Smith. Okay. So what are we seeing here that's changing? This may be a family matter or a relationship matter. This is your connection with someone, especially with Kentu Heru. And it seems like it's a very foundational relationship with the house here. Very close. It means a lot, obviously. It could be a friend or a family member or a relationship that is, like we said, very big and very foundational. It means a lot to your world. Here I see that time is ticking and you are about to drop this connection and let this ship sail. And you are about to take the next flight into a magical new journey with regards to your own life. Whether this has to do with another relationship or not, I do see that in the future you're going to be in a position where you are appreciated for who you are, rather than being treated perhaps for a lot of you like an enemy. Why do I say that? Because we have Kentuheru, and Kentuheru means upper Kentu. Kentu is a leader, and that's the first letter in his hieroglyphic name. It stands for a governor, a person who is in command, and that's the energy that we see in your reading moving forward. But just like the Four of Pentacles here, Kentu, the upper Kentu, repels, no, not repels, expels the rebels from the evening bark of Ra, to prepare the way for the morning bark. So it seems here that you're ending a cycle. It's not going to be easy ending this cycle. This has been a challenge with this connection for the longest time. You will see that very soon time is ticking in this connection, and you're about to drop it, actually. Perhaps you'll even surprise yourself of bringing down such a foundational connection in this way. But your reading is really telling you to have faith, because as I don't want to say conventional, but as strong as this connection has been, it kind of like was burying you alive. And it is definitely end of the cycle, because the Ten of Wands is an end of a cycle and a beginning of a new one. And we see the new one being showing itself in a very strong way in your reading with the Fool card and the Ace of Wands. A creation of a new beginning is ticking and is about to set forth into your life, or rather, you're about to set forth into a new beginning. This time, we see that you are going to be forming a connection that has the elements. The Magician card popped up again. Perhaps you were drawn to pile number 1, by the way. That has all the elements needed for it to be I want to say a proper one or a better one. You know, with the swords, mentally more stable. With the wands, there's more passion between the two of you. There's better communication in specific. Cups, there's more love. Pentacles, it's more grounded. And most importantly, you are appreciated. There's this respect, great respect between the two of you, rather than this animosity that seems to have been sort of a great challenge for you and this person that we're seeing in this reading. All in all, like I'm seeing, it is certainly a ship that is sailing, and you are going to say goodbye and leave this connection very soon. Sooner than you expect, it seems. This is leading or opening up a way to you forming some other magical connection, something that is more meaningful, more profound, and will be built on the right foundations, rather than on a foundation built on principles that continue to hurt, continue to leave you hanging in despair. And as you can see here, the key is really with you. It's not with anyone else. Sorry, let me adjust that. There we go. The key is really with you. And there's so much more that you're saving by dropping that one thing or one person. My dear pile number 3. Because as you can clearly see with Kentu Heru, as Kentu, the upper Kentu does, we take out the enemies to prepare the way for the morning, to prepare for the energy of something better to come in. And that's the blessing coming in your life. I'm going to explore more on what is entering here. We can clearly see that it's a magical connection that fulfills you in every way, that is more respectful and more appreciative of you. But I will get your deck and we can explore more about that. All in all, it's a connection that makes you feel home, that revives back your faith in humanity, or in either love or friendship or family or whatever it is. If you've really been burned in this area, my dear pile number 3, I'm so sorry, first of all. Second of all, you're about to build an amazing foundation that fills you up, and you're moving away from this destructive animosity type of energy forever, beginning anew with something that you will love, something dearer, and something that speaks to your soul. Do you see, pile number 3, how the energy is depicted here? Someone who's constantly being sacrificed. Do you see that? Someone who's always stuck. And you're taking back your power, birthing a new life for yourself. This reading, it feels like it's full of life with what's to come. Bringing down a false home that you thought was home, to build a new home that is filled with everything that you need. This sounds like great news. Time is ticking. It's about to end, my dear pile number 3. Time is ticking. This is about to end now. I keep seeing 10s. I just saw a 10 here. Where else? Yeah, this. But I remember I just saw a 10 here. I was like, whoa, so many 10s. Maybe this caught my attention as a 20. I'm not sure. Anyways, so how is this connection going to be like? 1, 2, or this blessed new beginning going to be like? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Okay. So we're destructing something to build something new. How is that going to be like for pile number 3, please? What's happening soon for you? You have the Empress, nurturing energy right off the bat. You have the 5 of Wands. Okay, so what's happening? We're seeing here what's happening. You have the 6 of Swords. Some of you, because these are migrating, some of you in specifically are leaving the home, are leaving the city or the country, immigrating, something like that. You're leaving something for sure. You have the Emperor. It's funny, a lot of the cards that came up here were in the first pile. So you may have been drawn to the first pile, or you may really want to check it out. You have the 9 of Pentacles. And you have the 5 of Cups. Do you see? It's like you were trying to get just a little bit in your previous connection, whereas now your whole soul is being filled up with what you want. I'm so sorry about that, pile number 3. So we can really see the dichotomy in energy here. Also here as well, we see comparisons. Now we understand. As opposed to getting a little bit with a lot of trouble, you're being nurtured with love. We're nurtured with all of the things, the 4 elements that we see in the Magician. Nurtured with everything that you need here. And you're gonna go, one day gonna go, my God, how was I so patient with taking just a little bit like that with a lot of fighting when there's so much more to life? What was I doing wasting my energy there? But always remember, there is divine time with everything. You're meant to move into this energy in the right time. And you're making way for this beautiful energy to come. Here we see nurture and care in the connection, as opposed to head with everything. Do you see that? Two egos fighting, you know? There's always anger and fighting, two enemies fighting. It was very perhaps egoistical with this person, you know, and I don't really blame you for this one at all, because this cockerel does not have the hat on, signifying that they have to protect themselves from the inflated ego of the person fighting with them. Yeah. This person is being real, while as this person is wearing this hat to, you know, further make themselves bigger. Yeah. So totally different types of energy here. More nurturing, more loving, more of having the elements that you want. This is happening with the Emperor here, just as the first hieroglyphic of Kentu hero we can see of Kentu we can see being meaning a person who is in command. So you're taking charge of your life here, of this next blessing. It's opening up its doors for you because you're dropping it. You're walking away, you're leaving. We keep seeing that in your reading. So expect, my dear pile number 3, you leaving a connection, walking away, perhaps even traveling, walking away from an office, leaving a building, physically not going to visit a friend, something like that. You're really leaving someone forever. Letting that ship go with all its good and bad, not worrying about what they think anymore, what they're going to say, what they're going to do. You're just letting this whole chapter close, and you're opening yourself up to new energies that is waiting to enter into your life. It's waiting because now is the time for it to enter. There is loyalty here, there is respect, and there's a lot of care. My dear pile number 3, expect in the area of relationships, your life to transform in a grand way. These are big butterflies in this Empress card. So a huge transformation to happen to you in the next couple of days. I don't know, 10th of December, 20th of November, something, or maybe even the 26th of November, my dear pile number 3. But you know, let's pick up your cards and find timing, because this feels to me that it's something happening very soon, especially with divine time, is important for you. So since it's highlighted, how about we check? You're perhaps now allowed to know. And so we kindly want to know, please, for pile number 3. 1, 2, 3. What is the time for all of this to shift and change? 2 of Cups, Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Let me meditate on these 3 for a couple of seconds. So, the 2 of Cups is kind of leading me back to the 20 that I saw in the very beginning, right? So, it reminds me of catching our attention toward the 20 and the 26. Page of Swords is a new beginning, and so reminds me of 1. This kind of signifies on the 20th of November, or maybe 20-ish, you know, 26th. Remember when we said the 10, so perhaps the last 10 days of November. Also, with this Knight of Pentacles, we see turkey, right? Let me get that. We see a turkey. And this turkey reminds me of Thanksgiving. Of course, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching this now, in terms of the timing, this could be Thanksgiving around the 24th of November. Again, confirming the idea that it's towards the end of November. So my dear pile number 3, look for grand changes to happen in your life in terms of ending a big relationship and beginning a whole new journey that is more loving, more respectful. It seems like it's going to be a very beautiful one, far different from the type of relationships or relationship that you have in your current life. And my dear pal number 3, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pal number 3. This book could really help you out in your journey in starting all anew and, manifesting what you want, starting and finishing it all till the end, all while enjoying the process. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it, but you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pal number 3, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you, wishing you the best of luck to come for you, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!